Well, hello there, YouTube. This is ZachDog, and I am back with a tutorial on how to make my advanced automatic mob spawner and mob drop collector. As you can see, I have done nothing with any of these mobs. I have not killed them or anything, and I've got all those drops. Now, this is based off a lot of the basic stuff of mob spawners. For example, if mobs cannot spawn within a 24 block radius of you, up, down, side, or side, but they can spawn within a 128 block radius after that 24 blocks. So, not only does this kill the mobs, but it allows them to spawn when you're standing here. Now let me make sure my settings. Alright. Let's do this in hard so we get a bunch of mobs. Now the basis for this is the mobs spawn up there, they go into water, they slide down, they fall down here, they die on these hoppers, which sends it into this chest, which sends it into either this or this chest, which sends it either into either this chest or this chest or this chest or this chest or this chest. All of this is just so that there's maximum storage possible. You could be away for days on days and not have to worry about filling up the storage and wasting any resources at all. We should be getting some mobs spawn. Let's go take a peek up here. I will be showing you how to build this in the video, step by step. Do we have any mobs spawning? No, not yet. I'm probably too close. So I'm gonna go over to my village over here. This is one of my test worlds where I try out stuff. So you know what, I'm just gonna go jump right in to the tutorial. I'm gonna go to an old test world I use and show you step by step how to make this. Oh, hey, this is my village in the end. I have to go find my ender portal now. But basically, this is a wonderful village. I'm going to create this on my super flat survival because it does not use any redstone. It's pretty easy to build. All it needs is some iron, chests, and cobblestone. So basically, if you already have a smallish mob spawner to get iron from zombie drops, you'll need a decent bit of iron for hoppers, but other than that, this is pretty easy to acquire the resources for. So let's go over here in this blank space and begin. Now you're going to need a lot of cobblestone or any building material of your choice, almost an inventory full. I use cobblestone because you can just get it from a cobblestone generator, so it's nice and simple. You will need chests, I think about 10 or 12 of them, and you will need hoppers, quite a decent bit of them. Now let's start up with the walls. You're going to want to build a stack of 2 up at least 30 to 35 blocks high. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I generally go up a little bit higher. This is not for getting experience, but for getting drops. If you want an experience getting mob farm, then you're going to want to make this can still be used. You're just going to want to make it shorter, about 25 blocks high instead of 30. I'm also going to show you how to make it where you don't have spiders spawn, because the spiders can sometimes climb up the walls and clog this up. But you can simply not place in the half slabs that I will show you and get spiders as well. You can also even make this higher and get slimes if you heighten up the roof, but I would not suggest that because they'd fall, die, and then just split into more. I really hate slimes, and if you watch my Super Flat Survival, you'll know why. But you're only gonna, at first, we're just gonna build these up on either side. We're gonna leave the front open, and as we do our hopper chain and chest chain. Theoretically, you could also make this work for slimes if you put a layer of water down. If you made it only for slimes, it would drown the slimes and collect the drops, but the other mobs would survive. So you'd want a long hopper chain so that you don't have to be anywhere near the other mobs. Or you could just use it to get experience from those mobs, but they wouldn't take any fall damage. So you'd have to be giving them full damage. Now let's go down here. Start off about up here. And create a double chest right here. Go over here. Make 2 hoppers connecting to that. 2 hoppers connecting into that. Now here comes some of the tricky parts. It's basically repetitive, but let's do one side of the chest at a time. Take a hopper there, connect a hopper, delete that, connect a hopper, and then we're going to want to put a double chest, delete this, and make it go into that. Pretty simple, right? Now let's take, we want to start mining into the ground a bit. I'm doing this on super flat, but this works well in other as well. This is a pretty repetitive, as you can probably tell. It's basically just, actually, yeah, we're gonna go outwards with this instead, actually. And then you just put your double chest where you want it. And have the hopper connected to it. And as you can see, this is basically what we're going to be doing for this. You can do this, extend this as many as you want if you're in the overworld. I'm in super flat, so we can obviously not extend this into like 20 chests, but even with this many chests, you've got more than enough. And I can promise you, you will not run out of storage at all, probably ever. Even if you let it set for several days, you wouldn't fill up all these chests. It would be actually very useful to have a minecart system running to this, so that you can actually kind of carry all these loot. Now I also extend this one more in a different way. I put a double chest right here, and I connect it. I connect both of these chests to it. So it's basically one central storage for the beginning of this. Now we are going to be dealing with the other side, which is exactly identical to this. We are literally doing the exact same stuff. Also, if you had redstone, you could make the chest go back up using the hoppers, or the droppers, I mean, to create almost upwards hopper, you could call it. But I'm not going to be doing that because I'm doing this as I do in Super Flat Survival, or I will do in Super Flat Survival, and you do not have access to that kind of stuff easily in Super Flat Survival. Might as well do our digging down right now. This just... Oh, we actually went over here, didn't we? And repeat again. It's very repetitive and therefore not incredibly complicated to do. So even the inexperienced builder can do this with fairly enough with ease. You may have a little bit of trouble with these taller parts up there on survival. Make sure you're doing this in a place where you can come back and get your stuff if you accidentally fall off and die. Because unfortunately that is a possibility. This time I'm going to show you a different way to start it out. You could theoretically put the hoppers in first using the method I showed before. And just connecting them via that and putting the chest in, but I prefer to simply put the hopper in after the chest is in. And we have all of the redstone system done. I will demonstrate. If we put that there, that'll probably end up in one of these chests. But it might have gone to the other side. Now where's that other double chest I put down? Did I put that down there? Oh, I put it over here. And there it is. So the mobs will fall and drop on there and die. If you find the mobs are not instantly dying when they do this, then the solution is to simply make this tower a bit taller and make sure that they die when they hit it. So I'm gonna take this all the way up, finish up the killing you while you do this. So you can be off building in your village or building something on your survival and just come back and collect all these drops, collect the bones for your bone meal for your farms, collect all that kind of stuff. Now I'm going to show you how to build out the mob spawner part. We're going to take this and we're going to extend it so that it's a total of 8 blocks out. So we're going to go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I believe. Basically, you take this block and you count 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need to extend that one more. And we do the same on all sides. As you can see, this is where the water will be going to push the mobs to the hole of death. This is perfect for any survival world, survival server, anything, because it requires so little effort. Now we need to build up a 2-block high wall type thing, so that the mobs cannot jump out once they have spawned. We're going to do this on all sides of the water area. It's also so that the water does not escape. That's another thing, you're going to want access to water, but even on super flat, that's not something that's hard to get usually. I like to take those out so that you use as little blocks as possible, because on super flat survival, I will be making this exact mob spawner, and you are very limited in resources, so this is not that complicated to make, which is why I use it so much. What is all that stuff over there? I don't know, I must have put that there somehow. But it's fairly advanced if used on a survival server. People might be like, whoa, that's a pretty good mob spawner. You don't even have to do anything. So, I took the original design. I saw a mob spawner with without any automatic stuff once. I don't remember what show or series it was from, where they only went up 25 blocks so that you could get experience. But I took that and I thought, well, you know what? What if I want to just get the drops and not the experience? I will use another one for experience, but for only drops on a normal survival world, you can just do this and not do anything and get all the drops as if you'd been killing these mobs, without having to fill up your inventory and stop and go back. Or just place chests next to it and put them in. It requires no effort on your part after the building. So it's incredibly sophisticated, automatic, and requires no redstone. Now we're finishing these walls up here, and we're going to go on to the mob spawning platforms. So we're going to build out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 from there, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then put an extra block in there. Then do that all the way around. This is going to be the spawning platforms. Theoretically, you could make this bigger, but you'd need more water to push the mobs. So, actually, I think I took that too far. So, if you want a bigger mob spawner it will require more resources, but it's not that much more complicated to build. I took that way too far out. And we're going to, after these walls, fill these in and put in the half slabs to prevent spiders from spawning. If you do want spiders to spawn, like you need the drops from spiders, then it's not that. I need to remember to count while I'm talking. It is not that complicated just to not put in the half slabs, but it might take them longer to die because they will climb down the walls and only take small fall damage, and then climb slightly up and then take a little bit more fall damage. So they could clog it up, but you eventually get the drop still. And finish off this outer wall here. So I'm going to time-lapse the putting in of the centers on here. So, but to do this I have to pause and then resume. So there's no actual time-lapse between this statement and the next. Alright. I just realized that the time lapse is not gonna work with my voice recording, so unfortunately, yeah, not really gonna be a time lapse there, I don't think. But as you can see, just filling in these walls, so nothing too complicated here. In fact, probably the most complicated thing about this was the the hopper and chest down at the bottom, and those are done. Which is why this is so great. Don't do that if you're in survival. Don't fall. If you're doing in any type of world, because it's not complicated to use. Now, just for sakes, I'm going to put in the water and the half slabs. As you can see, the water will go up to the edge, but no further, so that the mobs will not have a nice soft landing, but a deadly landing. Now let's put in the half slabs. I prefer to use stone slabs because they look good, but you know, you're not going to actually be seeing up here much unless you're checking on the mob spawner, which you can do by just putting up a ladder to the top and occasionally go in there and check on them. Get shot at by skeletons and whatever. So that's just the arrangement you're going to want to use for the half slabs. And if you're wondering, yes, we are going to close this off with some walls so that it's actually dark and the mobs will actually spawn and not burn up. Because if you relied only on what you got at night, it would not give you much, and they'd burn. Most of them would burn up in the day. You'd pretty much only get creepers, drops, and maybe some witches. I have had the occasional witch spawn in here, so you know it's always a surprise when you look in your chest and you find, hey, I got a glass bottle and some sticks. It must be a witch. She's a witch. And that's how the half slabs are gonna look. Oh, I need my cobblestone again. Now let's build up these walls too high. Again. You notice too high is very prevalent in this. And then we'll build up the roof. The roof is I'm doing this quickly because I don't want to make this video too incredibly long, but the walls are not complicated and do not take much effort to understand, I hope. It's basically just making it so that the mobs don't fall down over there and die there, rather than die on our hoppers and auto-collect the loot. And now I need a second story. Again, that's not very recommended if you're doing this on survival, but I'm trying to wrap this video up so that you guys are not here for an hour learning to create something like this. Because it's not too incredibly complicated. I might time-lapse some of that wall or floor building because it's not that interesting. You're just building floors. Alright. Now let's place a block here, do that, and build up this roof. You actually might, if you're on survival, want to be on top of this while you're doing it. You have to be careful so that you do not die when you're done with this roof. I would suggest having an extra water bucket if possible, and placing that and swimming to the bottom after you remove it. If any of you know the place and remove water bucket trick of not taking fall damage, or just have one placed at the bottom, jump down there, get out, and then remove it, that would work too. But the roof is also not that complicated, just, filling everything in like before. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, comment, or subscribe if you found it useful. Also, be sure to watch my series Super Flat Survival. By the time this video comes out, I'll probably be on either episode. I'll probably have either posted episode 3. I'm currently, as I make this video, I've already finished episode 4, but I'm not uploading them all at one time, because it takes a whole lot off of my Wi-Fi, and it takes a long time to upload because most of them are 20-30 minutes long, and other people like to use Wi-Fi. So also, my school is starting soon. I will not have a whole lot of as much time to do these. I will probably be putting out 1 or 2 a week. I'm also going to be starting another Minecraft series that I would be glad if you guys just comment or what you would like in a Minecraft series. Would you like just a general Let's Play, survival, some more tutorials on how to build useful or just cool looking stuff? I have a really cool village design actually. I cannot use it on super flat because it uses a bunch of end materials, but it looks really awesome. Could even do some multiplayer. Show you some videos of multiplayer, Hypixel, even just generic survival servers I could go on. My cousins used to have a server I would have shown you on. I was OP, but then it got down. So I do have planned in the future, though not quite near future, some videos of other games, but I do not have very good screen recording software, so most of that will not be happening for a little while. I'm going to wrap this video up to a close real soon as I finish up this ceilings. I'm just gonna go down here and do this. It's actually faster than flying. Oh, I got mob trapped. Oh, I didn't finish that. So, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Like I said, just comment what you would like me to do. I've not done a whole lot of series before, but I'm hoping to get more series out there. I might even do tutorials for all the stuff I do in my super flat survival world, like my chicken egg farm, which I will create later on, but I have not shown you at all or talked about yet. But it's not too incredibly complicated. Also, if you want this for EXP, but still can still be easily modified, just make it smaller. Make it not as high. 24, 25 blocks usually does the trick to make everything one-hit kills. But the top will be identical. You may not need to do all the chests and stuff to make it, just for experience. Well, this goes it. There's the mob spawner. Yeah. If we were to wait here another minute or two, we'd start to get mobs falling down and dying. But we do not have a whole lot of time, and I actually think one might have just fallen and died. So I'm going to call this a video, I believe. And I hope you all enjoyed this. I will see you next time on Super Flat Survival or whatever I do. See? Dead skeleton. Dead creeper. All this stuff. And I believe currently it's feeding to this chest. Yeah? Alright, as you can see it works, so goodbye YouTube.